You know, everybody likes to talk about the ad network model, right? Is the ad network model going to succeed? Well, you know, one of the things that I've always thought is that, you know, models don't succeed or fail. Companies do, right? And in fact, I think you're going to start to see some of these companies not look at all like they've looked in the past. I think there's potentially a real creative renaissance and a business renaissance that's going to go on within their ranks very soon. And I, for one, am looking forward to watching it. Which leads me to the next fundamental existential question for us. Who's in this for the long haul? Now, I used to think that the most common lines in every internet business plan were, and then we'll sell advertising, followed by, and then someone will buy us. Now, these two lines have since been joined by, we're just an add-on to the CPM. We're just an extra couple of shekels tacked onto the CPM. Nobody's going to notice. Yes, they will. As I said earlier, we're now in this P3 era, panic, posturing, and pressure. There are a great many companies with jumpy investors who are looking for action and soon, right? I think we need to look at two fundamental realities, right? First, that few extra pennies in the CPM, that's not realistic at a time when the agencies are working night and day to try and squeeze every penny out of the buy and shift cost over to the publisher. The publishers are not going to pick up one more cost for one more level of service along the way. Second, while this market that we're in will continue to grow, clearly, it won't be in a hurry to anoint winners. And don't look for it to really clear up anytime soon. Despite all the panic, we may be preparing for a war of attrition. We may be preparing for a long slog. And I think we have to ask ourselves, as we look at potential business partners, investments, you know, people that we want to spend our intellectual capital with, we have to ask, who's built for that? Who's built for a sustained campaign that may go years into the future? So built to flip is out. Built to last is in. To many people in our space, content is another commodity. It's something to be generated at the lowest possible cost, optimized so that search engines will find it, and then evaluated based on its yield. It's become the processed corn of our agribusiness. We have to ask ourselves what this attitude means to the long-term sustainability of our ecosystem for brand advertisers. Those advertisers continue to pour money into television, and I have to think it's at least in part because TV still has a few hits, a handful of recognizable personalities, and some catchphrases that end up in the popular culture. That's what she said. Our collective inattention to the real value of content is, I believe, sowing the seeds of our ultimate irrelevance in the brand conversation. If we treat content like a commodity, then marketers are going to treat us like a commodity.